Hi, my name is David Caldas.
And my name is Jamie Caldas. Today we'll be discussing about the comic story of Watchmen.
In this presentation, we'll be analyzing Walter Kovacs, or better known as Rorschach.
To answer this one question, and it is this character truly heroic in a way that I can show and also condone morally?
Before we answer that question, we should understand Walter's beliefs and what he stands for.
Rorschach is a violent and ruthless vigilante who is driven by moral absolutism. Even though the Keene Act was passed, he still went undercover and continued to fight crime. The Keene Act was pretty much restricted all superheroes from fighting crime without being under the government's watch. That's what caused a lot of the superheroes to go to pretty much retire or follow the Keene Act. Pretty much moral absolutism was he saw all actions were either right or wrong. An example would be stealing. Stealing, for instance, it's immoral. Even if it's done for the well-being of others, it still looks as something that's bad.
On top of that, the comic book portrays him as an anti-heroic character, which would pretty much answer the question, but let's analyze further. We can start by where he came from and how it affected his behavior. First and foremost, he thought his father died by Nazis, but in reality, they abandoned him 2 months before birth. His mother was a prostitute, and his mother was also very abusive towards him. She beat him for walking in on her clients and causing the client to leave early and not pay her for the full amount.
I feel like all of this affected him psychologically. You can see in the videos he was very monotone. Nothing really seemed to bother him, even when he was being interviewed or helped by the professor, the doctor in the jail cell.
For an example, when Rorschach's mother died, in record he said the only one word that he said was good.
This goes back to the way he thinks, moral absolutism. Sure, he was physically abused by his mother when he was young, but you don't really say quote-unquote good when you find out the person who gave birth to you has just died.
Now, Rorschach is not heroic in the way that we can show or how we can condone morally.
Sure, he did heroic things, but he wasn't really someone you use as a model to show what a real hero is like. Even though he might have not been a hero, he still did good things throughout the comic book. He spent the whole comic trying to figure out who killed the comedian.
Rorschach went to various locations and spoke to different people that he thought had something to do with the comedian's death. An example was when he went to the bar and began questioning people and started to patronize them. I couldn't really tell if people were respecting him or they just felt threatened by him.
He also felt the need to expose Ozymandias's crime of mass murder to the whole world. But if he would have done that, it would have destroyed the peace so many had died for. So pretty much he just accepted the fact that he had to die when Dr. Manhattan approached him, because it meant that he could go out with his beliefs.
Although he did save a girl from being robbed, just those couple acts of heroism doesn't make him a hero.
A true hero is someone that does right in all aspects. He is someone you can look up to, someone that even when no one is looking, they're still doing the right thing. A true hero has confidence in himself. You don't see that with Rorschach. Once he takes the mask off, he feels powerless. He's not his violent, intimidating self. He's more kept to himself and doesn't really approach people the way he does when he has his mask on.
In the end, he does good deeds and tries to be a good person, but he does not qualify as a heroic character in the comic. Thank you for watching and listening.